Okay, if you see this topic, that is actual magnetic field by a current in a circular loop. This is the circular loop. In this loop, there is the current flow, and this is your x-axis, and this green one is your y-axis. We are taking a small length element at this point, and this is at the opposite point. We'll look at this afterwards, but let's study about this. Now this arrow is the direction of the current length element, and as I have told, current length element is always perpendicular to the distance from it to the point at which the magnetic field is supposed to be found. Okay, see, this is the z-axis. At the z-axis, that is at the z-axis, a point P. At this point P, the magnetic field is how much? That is asked to us. What will be the magnetic field at this point P due to the current in this loop? So first I have taken this length element. I have shown the direction of this current length element. It will be at this side a straight. It will be always a straight one. So here we have drawn it a straight one. From this point, length element point, we will draw a line to the point at which the magnetic field is asked. So this distance is your vector r. See, it is making perpendicular this distance, and your current length element is making 90 degree. Okay, now after that, let's come to this point. Due to small dl, or due to small length element, there will be small magnetic field at this point, that is dB. So dB is created due to dl. Okay, now what will be the direction of this dB? So here is how we will find out the direction of dB. As I told, r and dl are perpendicular to each other. Yes, I have shown. So this dB will be perpendicular to my r, to this plane made by r and dl. To them, dB will be perpendicular. So here, this is my point P. So the direction of dB will be such that it is perpendicular to the plane of r and dl. Yes, you can see that. So here how I have drawn my dB. This will be direction of my dB, and see, it is making 90 degree. Now dB will get resolved into two components. That is, one component will be along z axis, and to that component, another component will be perpendicular. So there are two components of my dB. One is making angle theta with dB, and another one is at 90 degree to dBz. Okay, there are two components. One component is making angle theta with dB, and another component is making angle 90 degree with dBz. ठीक है, dB is making 90 degree with dBz. ये देखो 90 degree, and dBz is making theta angle with dB. This is shown. Now what happens? There are two components. Now how many components remains? Before that, now dB and dBz, there is angle theta. So dB can be written as dBz cos theta. dB can be written as dBz cos theta. Now let's come to this length element. Since the current is flowing in this direction, that is anti-clockwise, if you want to find current length element in this direction, it will be at this point, the direction will be like this, right? And since the current is flowing in this direction, will be this will be the direction. So if I draw a line from here, which gives me, if I draw a line from dl to the point P, which gives me the distance. See, this is again 90 degree. So at this point, dB will be over here, dBz will be over here, and dB perpendicular will be on this side. So this side and this side, dB perpendicular, cancels out each other. So the component which remains, that is dBz. Only dBz component remains. इस पॉइंट पे ये dl के लिए यहाँ पर मिलेगा, this will be, see again it is 90 degree. So this is my green one is my dB, and this will be my dBz for this dl, and this will be my dB perpendicular, right? So this dB perpendicular cancel outs. कौन सा कंपोनेंट रह गया? सिर्फ dBz वाला कंपोनेंट रह गया. सो ऐसे ही करके जितने भी लेंथ एलिमेंट्स है सबके लिए मेरे पास सिर्फ और सिर्फ dBz कंपोनेंट रह जाता है. सो व्हाट आई विल डू, मुझे सारे dBz कंपोनेंट चाहिए. इस dl के लिए ये dBz कंपोनेंट, यहाँ और लेंथ एलिमेंट उसके लिए फिर dBz. सो मुझे सारे dBz चाहिए टोटल. सो व्हाट आई विल डू, आई विल इंटीग्रेट dBz. ठीक है, आई विल इंटीग्रेट dBz to calculate my magnetic field at point P along z-axis. Yes, magnetic field is along z-axis. So the total magnetic field, if I want to find along z-axis, so I will integrate my this small dBz. जितने भी dBz है सारे टोटल करना है. मीन्स आई विल इंटीग्रेट dBz. dBz is what? Component of dB which survives. दूसरे जो dBl कंपोनेंट है दैट गेट्स कैंसल्ड. फर्स्ट आई विल फाइंड व्हाट इज dB, फिर हम लोग आएंगे dBz पे. हाउ विल कैलकुलेट dB यूजिंग बायोट-सैविट्ज लॉ. बायोट-सैविट्ज लॉ, सी लेफ्ट हैंड साइड इज इन मैग्नीट्यूड फॉर्म, सो राइट हैंड साइड शुड ऑल्सो बी इन मैग्नीट्यूड फॉर्म, बट हियर आई हैव रिटन क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट, हियर वेक्टर का साइन, हियर वेक्टर का साइन. सो आई विल पुट अ मैग्नीट्यूड ओवर हियर. मैग्नीट्यूड आने से दिस वेक्टर का साइन एंड क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट गोज. दैट मीन्स राइट हैंड साइड इज ऑल्सो इन magnitude form. So this is my dB. Biot-Savart's law. From Biot-Savart's law we have learned this. After that, now what is R? R is R square plus Z square. How I came to know that R is R square plus Z square? Now let me show this. If you didn't understand how the loop is carrying current in x-axis and y-axis, so this is how. This is the loop carrying current. Here I will show so that it will be clear. This is the current loop. This is my y-axis. This is my x-axis, and this is my z-axis. This is my z-axis perpendicular upwards. So at this point, that is the nip of my sketch pen. At this point, what will be the magnetic field? That is arc. So we are trying to calculate at this point the magnetic field, that is at the z-axis point the magnetic field will be Bz. So I want to find this. We are trying to calculate that. Now before that, what is R? See, R is over here. R is over here, and it is from R. If you see, notice the two perpendicular things, that is this Z and capital R are perpendicular. Z and this R, that is the radius of the circle. If you see on this side, you see on this side, you see on this side, this Z is perpendicular to R. So my small r is equal to square root of Z square plus R square. My small r is equal to square root of R square plus Z square. That can also be written as R square plus capital R square plus Z square. In some equations also I have shown. See, small r is equal to L square plus R square. This is for straight wire when we were finding at point P. See this small r. Here again we will see perpendicular this capital R and the length of the wire. Small length element if you see, or the capital length of the wire. Whatever you see, it will be okay. ठीक है. This L and R are perpendicular. See this L, length of the wire, and R are perpendicular to each other. So this small r is equal to square root of L square plus R square. This is how we determine this equation. Now dB, that is mu naught upon 4 pi I d L R upon R cube in magnitude form. How we came to know that? dl cross R is nothing but RdL. See, is nothing but RdL. I have written that. Now from here and here R gets cancelled, so we have R square in the denominator. This is my dB. Now what is R? R is R square plus Z square. I have substituted. After substituting, only z component remains. So this dv will become dvz. Okay, this component becomes dvz. But what is dvz equal to? dv cos theta. I have explained that to you. dv is equal to dvz cos theta. इधर पे है dvz on x axis. ठीक है, तो dv is equal to dvz cos theta. So what I'll do? I'll integrate this dv. Let's integrate. As I have, see, this was my dv, but when I write it in form of r and z, this dv becomes dvz. Now to find out bz, means magnetic field at z axis, I'll integrate this. So I'm doing that integration. But what is dvz? dvz, okay, sorry, this is my dv, sorry, this is my dv, sorry, I've confused. R is written in form of r square plus z square, so this is my dv. Here it is not dvz, this is my dv. You just remember this is my dv. Okay, please do not get confused. dvz is dv cos theta. Now to find out bz, means magnetic field at z axis at point P. At this point P, I want to find out magnetic field, that is my on z axis. So it is bz. bz find out करने के लिए मैं integrate करूँगी dvz को. And what is dvz? dvz is nothing but dv cos theta. dv है हमारे पास, ये रहा म्यू नॉट अपॉन 4 पाई आई डी एल आर स्क्वायर प्लस जेड स्क्वायर. ये रहा, here we have, and this cos theta I have put over here, right? मैंने यहाँ एक्सप्लेन किया था ना, मुझे bz फाइंड आउट करना है तो इंटीग्रेट करना है dvz को. सो फर्स्ट आई विल फाइंड आउट db. So here we have found out db, and then I have done the integration on dvz. And what is dvz? dvz is nothing but dv cos theta. So here I have substituted dv, and this is cos theta. Now mu naught and 4 pi up I, this is constant. So out of the integration, what remains inside the integration is dl r square plus z square. This remains inside the integration. Now one more thing is, what about this cos theta? If you see, cos theta is what? Cos theta is adjacent upon hypotenuse, right? So what is that adjacent? If you see theta over here, this is angle theta. What is that adjacent? This is what? Radius, capital R, and opposite में क्या है? Small z. So capital R upon, sorry, it is adjacent upon hypotenuse. So what is that adjacent to this theta? Capital R. And what will be hypotenuse? Hypotenuse, if you see this R and if you see this R and this Z, it is perpendicular as I have shown. See, this red one is my radius and my Z. They are perpendicular. So what will be the angle between my pen and this red side of the rubber? Of course 90 degree. So this is 90 degree. So hypotenuse is R. So adjacent is capital R and hypotenuse is small r. So cos theta is equal to capital R upon small r. Here it is, capital R upon small r. So at place of cos theta, I will substitute capital R upon small r. Rest dl r square plus z square as it is. Remaining terms are outside of the integration. Now what is r? We have substitute. We have found out this, that r square is equal to r square plus z square. But what is r? If you take this square on this side, so it becomes square root. So r is square root of r square plus z square, right? What is that? Square root means raised to half. So at place of this r, I have written r square plus z square raised to half. At place of r, I have written this. Now here it is nothing, means here it is 1. So 1 plus half is 3 upon 2. See, 1 plus half is 3 upon 2. So r square plus z square raised to 3 upon 2. Now I will remove whole this out of the integration. Only dl will remain inside the integration. What is dl? dl was found out on this sides. This sides. This is what? Circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r. So at place of dl, I will substitute 2 pi and the radius, that is capital R. So we have done that substitution. Here it is 2 pi r. What happens? pi and pi gets cancelled, 2 1s and 2 2s are 4. What remains? Mu naught I, 2 and 2 over here, r and this r makes r square upon r square plus z square, 3 upon 2. This is at point P. At this point, the magnetic field along z-axis is this, and this is magnitude of the magnetic field. Now, if I want to find out the magnetic field at this center point, if I want to find, then what I will do? I'll put z as 0. If I put z as 0, then what I'll get? If I put this z as 0, so bz will be, not bz, at the center, no? So I'll put O. Mu naught I r square upon 2, and this z becomes 0 because we are finding it at the center. So what remains? R square, 3 upon 2. So this 2 gets cancelled. So it is mu naught I r square upon 2 r raised to 3. So from here and here, only 1 r remains. So at the center of the coil carrying current, it is mu naught I upon 2r. At this point, it is at the center, the magnetic field is mu naught I upon 2r. Now, if this coil has, coil has just one turn. If I have more turns, मतलब बहुत सारे वायर्स को मैंने टर्न करके ऐसा कॉइल बनाई है, अभी सिर्फ वन बैंगल है ना, अगर मैंने 4-5 और बैंगल्स रख दिए, then what will happen to my this magnetic field at the center? जब मैं यहाँ बहुत सारी बैंगल्स रखती जाऊँगी, so this is just one bangle. If I keep n number of bangles over here, then what will happen to this magnetic field which is at the center? I'll just include n into it. I'll multiply this with n. इसको हम n से multiply कर देंगे. Means there are n number of turns given to this coil. Now, at a point on z-axis, this is what? This is nothing. Now, one more thing. This is what we have derived now. At a point, magnetic field Bz, यही derive करके लाया ना अभी हम लोग ने, where it is here. See, this is what we have derived. I have written it over here. Same magnetic field at a point P on z-axis. ये रहा. If ऐसा था वो loop, ये मेरा z एक्सेस इस पॉइंट पे p पॉइंट पे, एंड ये डिस्टेंस इज z. if this z distance is not known to us, बहुत large distance है, and this z is much larger than the radius of the loop, then what will happen? See, the z distance is much larger than your radius of the loop. Then what will happen? At that time, r will be neglected. In this term, r will be neglected. If r is neglected, what remains? Numerator remains as it is. Look at the denominator, r is neglected. So it remains z square 3 upon 2. So from this, 2 and 2 gets cancelled. What remains? Z cube. So mu naught I r square 2 upon z cube. This is what remains. Now what is the area of the loop? Of course it is circle, so it will be pi r square. Now what is r square? R square is area upon pi. R square is area upon pi. See, here we have r square. So at place of r square, I'll substitute area upon pi, and rest terms are as it is. The mu naught I 2, mu naught I 2 as it is. Z cube. At place of r square, we are substituting a upon pi. So this happens to the magnetic field on z axis if z is much larger than the radius. Now earlier what we have found, ये अपना z axis था, ये निप पे हम लोग ने find out किया, तो this distance was z. But if this z distance is much larger than the radius, then this will be your magnetic field.